Brought to you by Express Care Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are talking about earaches and sore throats, getting some great advice from Express Care's Dr. Jitka Lom about ways to treat the two. And it's time now, Doc, to get to our viewer questions.
Sure.
Tom from Agate asks, I've heard that putting oil in a toddler's ear can help with earaches. Is this true?
It is true. It's a very nice home remedy. You can use olive oil, coconut oil, or any light oil that you would warm up a little bit. Some people even crush up some garlic and put it inside. And putting a few drops of warm oil in the ear canal does soothe it. It would not be a substitute for antibiotics if your child needs it, but it may help for the pain.
Interesting. Violet from Tamuning asks, can using Q-tips cause ear problems?
It sure can, Violet. Just use the Q-tip on the outside of your ear canal, on the part where you can touch, reaching in just very, very slightly. You don't want to be digging in there because you can give yourself an ear infection like the swimmer's ear by disrupting the skin. And you can also keep pushing the wax in deeper so that there's a big, thick chunk of it, then we have to go and get it in the office. So just slight use of the Q-tip.
But it feels so good.
Yeah, it does relieve some itch.
Sharon from Telebubble asks, are there home remedies for strep throat?
No, this is one where you really want, you can use your, gargling and Tylenol for the pain relief, but strep throat is one that really should be treated. In the old days, before penicillin, people would get strep throat and then go on to get rheumatic fever or scarlet fever and die of it. This was not an uncommon reason for death. So you don't want to go down the pathway of complications from strep throat, not to mention the fact that it's extremely contagious and you can infect many other people. So it's actually a reportable disease. And if you have strep throat, meaning you have a fever, you have a very painful throat, you look in the back of your throat in the mirror and you can see some white pus on the tonsils, you probably have strep. Please get it treated so it doesn't spread in your community.
Okay, Will from Jigo asks, will smoking irritate my sore throat and make me more likely to get strep throat?
It'll make you more likely to get a lot of things in your throat, one of which is sore throats for sure. Not necessarily strep, but any throat infection, yes it will. And of course, we always recommend that you quit smoking.
Okay, Doc. Rudy from Dedido asks, I've had a dizzy spinning feeling since I've had this earache. Is this something serious?
And that's a very common symptom. Again, the little space in the middle ear is a small one, and if you accumulate fluid in there, there'll be a lot of pressure, and you will start to feel pain and the fullness in your ear and a dizzy feeling, and that can lead to nausea and vomiting, so it can be very uncomfortable.
Okay, Renee from Santa Rita asks, my son's ear is leaking a yellowish brown waxy mucus. Should I be concerned?
Yes, especially if there's any pain. Now it might just be a lot of wax that's coming out and it's time to use your Q-tip gently, or there's some earwax drops that you can buy over the counter to just drip into the ear. Drip them in, wait about 5–10 minutes, and then use a shower head or warm water to rinse it out. You can try that first, but if the drainage continues, then it's probably a swimmer's ear, outer ear infection of the skin of the ear canal, and antibiotic drops are required.
Okay, and last question comes from Sam from Laddie Heights. Sometimes I get random ringing in my ear. Is this normal? And when should I go to the doctor?
This is a great question. The medical name for this ringing in the ears is called tinnitus. And it's a common symptom of some hearing loss that people get as they get older, especially in the higher ranges. So we always have to advise teenagers to turn down their music and wear earplugs if you're doing loud, noisy things like working a jackhammer or hammering or something like that. So you want to avoid noise pollution and noise damage to your inner ear, because that is going to give you ringing later on in life. And ringing in the ear sounds like a minor symptom, but it is something that is really disabling to people sometimes. And they cannot sleep because of the ringing in their own head. So you really want to protect your ears from hearing damage.
Well, and that leads to another quick question is, we've seen those earbuds that people use now instead of the big old earphones. Is that bad to use? No, they're quite effective for low-level noise. So to help you sleep at nighttime, or if there's some noises that you don't want to be exposed to, fine. But for louder noises around airplanes or heavy machinery, you still want the big what do you call those, earplugs? Earphones. Earphones, yeah, to protect your hearing. Okay, sounds good. Any last points that you want to pass along to our viewers about either of these subjects, earaches or sore throats?
Well, we mentioned a little bit about hygiene. To prevent sore throats and earaches, infections of any kind, please wash your hands. Do that many, many times a day. And also clean the back of your throat. And you can do that by gargling when you brush your teeth, and also even brush your tonsils. Reach back in there with your toothbrush and brush the back of your mouth so that everything stays nice and clean and you don't have leftover food sitting around collecting germs.
All right, Doc, thanks so much for all the great advice as usual. We really appreciate you coming in.
You're welcome.
Make sure to tune in next week when Dr. Lom returns to discuss the topic, Baby Anyone, fertility and infertility. You don't want to miss it. She'll be giving great advice for those wanting to conceive. If you've got questions, just send us an email to healthyliving@kuam.com, or you can post it on the KUAM News Facebook wall or post it on our website.